The movie Akobi Laaroye, I would say, is a journey, a long journey that started back, I think, 2017. Yeah, 2017. You know, we usually go for Monzound refreshers. You know, after the OCP and ACP, that's ordinary and advanced certificate. We go for refresher every year, and it's been the habit of our I call him provost now, the president of Mount Zion family, that's Daddy Mike Bamiloye, to give us assignments, you know, every time that we go. You know, we have different groups, and the different groups will be given different kinds of assignments, and I've been leading a group for a while now, you know. So one of those years, I think in 2017 now, my group was given this assignment of the dangers of demonic altars.
He has to produce a short movie on the dangers of polluted altars. Wow. So our group leader has gone to be with the Lord to pray. Be with the Lord. Be with the Lord. Our leader has gone to the presence of God. That one is better. What I mean is that he has gone to the presence of God to receive his mind. Okay. So, and he has gotten a message for us. So, I've gone through the scripts. I want him to brief us on the message before we start the shooting. Carry go. That's right. Praise the Lord. Hallelujah.
As I brief you this message, I want you to begin to imagine it in your mind.
Internet class.
The idea of this movie now came, you know, while seated at home. That was not the original title. I can't even remember what the original title was, you know, but along the line, when I was writing the incantation of what this guy was going to say, you know, and I saw myself writing something like Akobi Laaroye. I said, this looks nice. Let me change the title to Akobi Laaroye, you know, and of course, Laaroye means the devil. Is one of the orikis of a shoe in Yoruba land. So Akobi Laaroye, that's the firstborn of the devil. I said, okay, all right, the firstborn of the devil becoming a pastor in the city and things like that. So I just decided to use that title, Akobi Laaroye.
Asake, Ayama kuo. Èmi awo gbóná. Akobi Laaroye olójú mọ́kànlénírinwó ló lẹ́nu gbàgà lójú mi fọ́.
It was quite interesting project, you know, that we worked upon then, you know, and during the premiere night, I remember the kind of feel that we had that day. It was interesting. I said, wow, this is wonderful, you know. And then I was privileged that that movie happened to be one of the movies that was shown at the Power Night. Then it was quite encouraging, you know. They picked 2 from the refreshers, and then I think 2 from the ACP class, and Akobi Laaroye was one of them, and the impact at the Power Night was quite very, very interesting.
Laaroye! Àlùjọ̀nú abíkùn tẹ́rẹ́ tí ń dá gbogbo ilé ayé lágara. Ẹ̀bọ̀ra burúkú tí ń mi ojú ọ̀run lọ́gbọ̀lọ́gbọ̀.
So when I was watching it there on the Power Night, it occurred to me very, very strongly that this is a full-length movie, you know, and not long after then I was at Bethel to see Daddy Mike, and I told him, sir, this movie, I think God would have us to make it a full length, you know, and he said, wow, that would be wonderful. He gave us all the needed encouragement that yes, you know, he's supporting us in this, we should go ahead, and the rest, they say, is history.
Rí wọn ẹ̀yin òmùgọ̀ bí ọ̀gá yín àwọn ayé máa jẹ nìkan òjò wèrè tẹ́sẹ̀tẹ́sẹ̀ tójú yín bá tiẹ̀ fọ́ gbóhùn ni afẹ́fẹ́ ni mí kò dẹ̀ sẹ́ńtọ́ lè yọ àdá tì mí ẹ gbọ́dọ̀ síbi tẹ́ sí bọ̀ èmi agbára gbá ọ̀bẹ tí ń yọ̀ gbàkọ̀ lẹ́nu
Let me say here that epic is not my thing. You know, I never even saw myself as a script writer. You know, I am a better storyteller. I just tell my story, but doing scripting, doing you know, dialogue stuff for people, it looks funny. You know, I said this is not what I can do. You know, so I was like, in quotes now, forced into epic, because on my own I don't think I will sit down and say I want to do an epic movie. That's why forever I will keep thanking people like Daddy Mike Bamiloye. God bless you, sir. I don't know if you are hearing this. The Lord will bless you. The Lord has used you to bring so many things in some of us that we never knew, you know, were there initially. So I insisted that the air will have to go. I fought it. You know, people that love PVO said, oh God, no, don't let us do it like this. It's possible for us to use the bird cap, you know, we'll buy and fix. He said, I know all those things, but I want it natural. You know, we argued, we talked about it for a very long time. Then at some point, I now talk to myself, I be killer, they say, for long, what is it that we cannot give to the Lord Jesus? Having given his life to us. I said, well, if the air has to go, let it go. You know, so I remember that night before we went on location that my hair has to go, and so it was my wife that shaved the hair. My head was bowed. I was like crying almost, you know, and then Broshegun Badejo came to join her, and they removed every single strand of my hair. Everything was gone. I looked at myself in the mirror and said, wow, PVO, see your life? You were the one that chose your director, you know, and then this is what we have to do a movie. And so I remember the first major scene after that was that scene where Akobi Laaroye was seated on that throne, you know, to take over the kingdom from the king. So I was coming out with that anger. I was coming out with that unction.
Bàdà bí òkè ọmọ Àríbísálà, ṣùgbọ́n mo èsì tí ń bọ̀ òkú wọ sàré. Bẹ́ẹ̀ èèyàn bá dáná de gúnugún, ẹyẹ míì ni ó fi sùn. Ó yá gba ọta ìbọn rẹ.
I remember that Omolara, PMH and the husband SMH were trying to joke with me, you know, on set. I was not smiling because this man is not a laughing matter, and I discovered that something else was going on within me. So you could see the anger, you know, at which that role was being delivered. We did the first part, and I thank God it was over and the air began to grow again, you know. And I remember Yawowen said that the director said, kini mani pato. I said, Josa, maybe I love it. I say, you know, but it was correct. Later, the idea and the, what is it called now, the inspiration for part 2 started coming, and the Lord started talking to me that it was not over, you know, and then the script started coming again, wrote the stuff, and we had to go to location again to do what we have today as Akobi Laaroye, the ultimate battle.
Anybody ara, ẹ̀bọ̀nà tó fẹ́ rúbọ